While we're on the subject of empowering women, it's time for our monthly Show Me St. Charles segment sponsored by Lindenwood University. And as part of Women's History Month, today we're going into the Lindenwood archives and learning about Mary Easton Sibley, founder of Lindenwood University, who made a tremendous impact on education in St. Charles.
Show Me St. Charles, brought to you in partnership with Lindenwood University. Discover your roar.
We have a couple of things related to one of Lindenwood's founders, Mary Sibley. One of them is Mary Sibley's diary from the 1830s. So right now you're in the Lindenwood University archives. I serve as a university archivist. I help preserve not only Lindenwood's historic items, but modern day publications, images, videos, so on, so that people can access them at later dates. This was Mary Sibley's sewing table. George and Mary Sibley founded Lindenwood in the early 1800s. George was an up-and-coming man that wanted to get into government work. Mary Sibley was an avid educator. Early on in her life, she had a religious conversion experience, and it was kind of a motivation for her to begin educating women. One of the things we have here is an early flyer for advertising for Lindenwood. It's from 1839. It started off as just a boarding school for women, and then it kind of evolved into a college. I think it was kind of novel early on, especially because Lindenwood offered things that were normally taught to just men. They taught higher math, science, and things that would normally not be taught to women at that time. Tradition says that this was the handbell that Mary Sibley would use to call students into classroom. So as she got older, she realized that in order to keep Lindenwood around after she was gone, she approached the Missouri State Legislature and got a charter from them for Lindenwood. And just a couple years later, in 1856, her and her husband George donated the school to the Presbyterian Church. She later went on to help found an organization called the Sisters of Bethany that work out of St. Louis, and they were active in helping the poor, kind of get the destitute off the streets and helping them and educating them as well. One of the purposes for starting the school for women was that she wanted women to become educated so that slavery could be ended. In the 1830s, she attempted to start a school for African American children. It didn't last long because local slave owners were opposed to it. Also during that time period, St. Charles County was receiving a lot of German immigrants, and she attempted to teach the children of those immigrants, but because she didn't know the language, she had to teach them using a bilingual Bible. She wanted to change her world. Both Mary and her husband are buried on campus. There's a cemetery between the football field and the historic part of campus. She was known as being a very outgoing personality, and she definitely left a mark on people that came across her.
Lindenwood University is at 209 South Kings Highway in St. Charles. Give them a call at 636-949-4913 or go online to lindenwood.edu.